Jai Sriman Narayana. Hello everyone, I'm the Pauranika. This episode is in continuation to the story of Nala and Damayanti. After blessing the couple, Devatas returned to Swargaloka. On their way back, they met Kali, the lord of Kali Yuga, along with Dwapara, the lord of Dwapara Yuga. The Devatas asked them, "Where are you going?" Then Kali said, "We are going to Damayanti Swayamvaram to win her hand in marriage." Then the Devatas laughed and said, "Damayanti Swayamvaram? It just got over. The beautiful Damayanti chose the great king Nala. We are just returning after blessing the couple." Kali grew furious. How did a Manava win her over the Devatas? He yelled, "Kali, Nala does great yagas, a follower of Dharma, a great king, and therefore the favorite of the Devatas too. Why would we not be pleased with his happiness?" They said and left. However, the response of Devatas did not please Kali. He said, "Dwapara, I need your help. I will possess Nala and make him gamble. Need your help in controlling the dice of the game." After taking Dwapara into confidence, Kali reached the kingdom of Nala and waited for 12 whole years, hoping Nala to commit one mistake. All this while, the king was living happily with Damayanti and gave birth to a boy and a girl named Indrasena and Indrasena. After 12 years, one day after urinating, Nala forgot to wash his feet and offered evening oblations. He took control over Nala's brother Pushkara too, and Pushkara invited Nala to a game of dice. Nala, who was under Kali's control, couldn't resist any longer. Kali started ruling Nala's mind, his brother, the dice, precisely Nala's world. As Nala kept losing, his obsession towards the gamble only increased. That way, the gamble continued for months. The people who learnt about the king's state came to meet him and to stop him. Damayanti took the people's message to the king. Engrossed in gambling, he did not even care to respond. Damayanti walked out in despair and told the citizens that they are losing their king. Damayanti was scared. She wanted to protect at least the ones who matter. She called the charioteer of Nala, called Varshneya, and handed over her children to him. "Saradhi, tie the best of the horses to the chariot and take my children on it to my father in Vidarbha. You can live there along with the chariot, or you can go wherever you want," Damayanti said. Varshneya followed her command, dropped the children at Vidarbha, and with a heavy heart he went to Ayodhya and settled as the charioteer of King Rituparna. In the kingdom of Nishada, Nala lost everything. Then Pushkara laughed and said, "You are left with nothing but Damayanti. Will you gamble her away too?" Nala was furious, but helpless. He removed the ornaments he was wearing and started walking out of the kingdom. Damayanti walked after her husband, accompanying him. Pushkara made an announcement that anyone who sympathizes or even talks to Nala would be considered as an enemy to the throne and would be facing death penalty. So though people cried for their king, they did not approach him. Nala and Damayanti entered the forest and started living there. They ate leaves and fruits, slept on the ground. One day, Nala heard something and looked around. He saw a group of golden birds picking grain off the ground. Nala thought that he would get some food and gold too if he catches the birds. He removed the dhoti he was wearing and threw it on the birds. Rather than getting caught under the garment, the golden birds flew away along with the garment. While flying, they said, "Nala, we are the dice that robbed you of your wealth. We were unhappy that you had your clothes on. That's why we have to come to rob you of your clothes too. Now that you are left with nothing, we are satisfied," they said and flew away, leaving Nala naked in the forest. Damayanti was sad looking at her husband in that state. Nala was hurt. He was disheartened. He looked at Damayanti and said, "Dear, we are on the Vindhya mountain. These paths lead us to south. This path leads to Vidarbha and this path leads to Ayodhya." Damayanti was shocked. She said, "Maharaja, why are you showing me the route to Vidarbha? If you are suggesting that you wish to leave me, I'll be heartbroken." Nala said, "Damayanti, I will never be able to leave you." "Then let's go to Vidarbha together. There my father will treat you with great respect, said Damayanti. Damayanti, your father is as respectable and dear to me as he is to you. However, going to Vidarbha when we were well off is totally different from going there in this state. That would only remind us of what we lost. They spoke so and slept on the ground there. Then, later at night, Nala woke up and saw Damayanti, who was sleeping, a woman who even sun couldn't catch a glimpse of. The one who used to sleep on the greatest of palaces, on the softest of beds, is now sleeping on ground in dust. He thought of leaving her and going away, hoping she would go to her parents and live there comfortably. He thought again and again and cried looking at her. He had to cover himself. He looked around and saw a dagger. With it, he had cut the extended end of Damayanti's sari and covered himself. He walked away, but he immediately came back to look at Damayanti and cried. He feared if she would face any danger, but assured himself that the Devatas would protect a virtuous lady like Damayanti and took a step away due to the influence of Kali. While crying, he left Damayanti and walked away from her. Later, Damayanti woke up to find Nala nowhere. With her half torn sari, she roamed around the forest, screaming for her husband, calling him, and crying for him. For a moment, she thought he was just pranking her, hoping for Nala to reveal himself any moment. She walked through the forest and faced many animals. She asked the animals and trees if they saw her husband. She wailed and walked through the forest searching for Nala. She was suddenly attacked by a huge snake. She called out for Nala to help her. Her screams fell on the ears of a hunter in the forest. He jumped there and sliced the snake and rescued Damayanti. He asked her story and Damayanti narrated her plight. Looking at Damayanti, a lustful desire arose in the heart of the hunter. Damayanti sensed it. Before he could take a step further, she cursed him. If I, Nala's queen Damayanti, never thought of any man but Nala, this hunter of malicious mind must reduce to ashes, she said, and the hunter died. Then Damayanti crossed dangerous forests one after the other and reached a hermitage of sages. She went in, bowed to them. They received her respectfully and exchanged pleasantries. As Damayanti narrated her story, the hermits blessed her that she would meet her husband soon. She bowed to them, and by next moment, the hermitage, the sages, and the river flowing near the cottage, everything vanished. Damayanti couldn't believe her own eyes. She could not understand if she was dreaming or it really happened, but the meeting left some hope in her mind. While walking from one forest to another, with tears flowing from her eyes, she entered a forest where she saw a group of businessmen. However, when she entered there, few screamed in fear, few panicked, few laughed at her, and few ran away. Then they came to Damayanti and asked her whereabouts, thinking she might be a Devata or a Yakshini or even a Rakshasi. They heard Damayanti's story and told her that they are businessmen who are going to Chedi. Damayanti accompanied them. At night, they all rested around a beautiful pond with still clean waters and filled with flowers. At late night, a group of wild elephants came to the pond. They saw the elephants of the traders on the other side and thought of them to be rivals. They attacked the camp at night and killed many people by crushing them, beating them, and throwing them. Elephants created a havoc in the camp and claimed many lives. Then the remaining people spoke among themselves. We did not pray to the Yaksha Raja. That's why this unfortunate incident happened. It's the wrath of the Devatas, said another. Few said, it is because of the lady who accompanied us. We should not have let her come along. Find her and kill her, they cried. Their words caused Damayanti a great fear and guilt. She ran into the forest to protect herself. She started thinking of the trader's words to be true. She thought, I never hurt anybody in my lifetime. Am I facing the consequences of my sins of past lives? In the morning, along with few sages and few survivors, she walked to the kingdom of Chedi. People surrounded her to look at her beautiful face, which was covered in dust. She walked straight to the palace of the king, and there the king's mother saw her. She sent her maid and told to send people away and bring the lady to her. The maid did so. The queen mother looked at Damayanti and asked, "Child, who are you? With a face shining like moon, why are you covered in dust? Even without any ornaments, you are shining like a lightning. Why are you wearing a torn sari?" Then Damayanti said, "I am a devout wife to a great man who lost his wealth in gambling and was left with nothing, including a garment to cover himself. I followed him in his tough plight, but one night he left me, and since then I am searching for him." Then the Queen Mother said, "Dear one, I want you to live here. I feel great affection towards you. Stay here. I will send people to search for your husband, or else he himself may come here." Damayanti said, "I can stay here, but I have few conditions. You must never let any man talk to me. If anyone misbehaves with me, you must promise me to punish them. You must never ask me to hold anyone's feet. I will not eat anyone's leftover food. You must send brahmanas to find my husband. If you are okay with these conditions, I will stay here," said Damayanti. The queen mother was impressed with Damayanti's self respect and her words. She called her daughter Sunanda, introduced Damayanti, and appointed her as the friend of the princess. The princess, along with other women, took Damayanti happily to her palace. Thank you. Jai Srimanarayana.